guys, and welcome back to my channel. For those of you just joining, my name is Alyssa. And today's video is going to be pretty quick. Hopefully, I can be a little long-winded, but I just wanted to come on and give a quick video on what's coming up with me and my IVF journey. So it's kind of like a what to expect video, a little bit as well as where I am currently in the process. So if you haven't watched some of my previous videos, I did a cycle of IVF in 2019 that we lost very early. Took some time off, got myself together mentally and physically by losing weight, and now I am going in for my second round of IVF, which is scheduled to start in about 2 weeks. So right now I'm undergoing like a lot of different tests and things like that to get me prepared for the cycle, and the doctor just wants to rule out a couple of different things. So 2 weeks ago I had my virtual consultation with her where we just talked about what previously happened, what my goals are, and what she thinks will work best. Last week I went in for an ultrasound, which was a pelvic ultrasound where they go into the vagina with the probe to be able to better see the uterus. As you know, I do have fibroids. They stopped counting them at 10, which is crazy because it's like every time I get them, there are more of them. So the very first time I had them, there were 5. They were all removed with surgery. The second time I had them, there were 8, which were all removed with surgery. And now I have over 10, which I'm not removing before attempting to get pregnant, only because they're not in a place where they would stop me from getting pregnant. So yes, they may grow and get bigger with pregnancy, but they're not in the lining of the uterus, which needs to be open and clear to be able to carry a baby. So she's pretty optimistic that they won't cause any issues. And then maybe at the time of delivery, because I do have to have a C-section because I'm considered high risk, we may explore removing them at that time, or even having a conversation about a hysterectomy if, Lord willing, I'm able to have twins. I'll be done and they can just throw the whole uterus away at that point. So yeah, some other things that are coming up as far as testing. I did have to do a bunch of lab work. They took like 12 vials of blood from me. I went in for one ultrasound, and then on Monday of next week I have to go in for what they call a sono HSG, which is, I guess in layman's terms, like a water test, where they're going to go in through my uterus and inject saline to kind of like push the walls of my uterus open, just to make sure there is nothing in that area that will cause any issues, like a polyp or something. She did say if she happened to see any polyps in there, it would be completely okay, because when I go in for egg retrieval, they could take any polyps or anything that they see at that time out at the same time. So I have to have that done on Monday, as well as I have to have what they call a cath fitting and endo biopsy. Just from what I've seen, like from Googling it, the endo biopsy is basically when they're going to go in and scrape off some of the tissue from my endometrial lining just to test it for anything. And to make sure that everything's okay, because she did say that my endo lining was a little bit thick, which is making her think that there may be a polyp or something there. So that's why she's trying to do all these tests now to rule out anything that will cause my IVF cycle to fail, which I'm very happy about, because my previous doctor did not do these things. We basically just did like the ultrasounds and the lab work, but there were no extra steps just to make sure that everything was in optimal health to be able to proceed with IVF. So we're going to do all of that to rule out anything before we get started with the medication. And then once my husband is home, he'll go in and they'll do a semen analysis just to make sure the sperm is good and healthy, which, we're assuming it to be. The last time we did IVF, there were no issues with his sperm at all. So yeah, those are some upcoming tests. And then I'm scheduled to start at the actual IVF like stimulation process on February 5th. So to prepare for that, she gave me like an IVF protocol, which is just a paper typed out. You probably can't see it, with all the things that I need to be doing starting now. So I've had to purchase DHEA in 25 milligrams. I take one in the morning and then two at night. Um, and then I start taking a prenatal vitamin daily. It says to take a baby aspirin every day, which I need to clarify with her because after having bypass surgery, you can't have any NSAIDs, and aspirin is an NSAID. But I need to find out if I'm able to take it because it is a baby aspirin. Like, it may not do anything. Um, Also, I'm taking COQ10, which is shown to help with hormones. And then once my cycle starts, she wants me to start taking a birth control pill, kind of because they want to be able to regularly monitor you and kind of control what your body is doing while you're going through this process. So I'll start that on Saturday of this week. And then I take it for, I believe, the rest of the month. Um, then after that, I'm going to go in on February 3rd for what they call the baseline ultrasound, which is just to kind of evaluate my ovaries, my egg count, and things like that, just to get started. That's when we'll sign all of the paperwork, all the releases, all of those things. Like, talk about payments and things like that. Thankfully, the company that I work for, so while IVF is not covered through the insurance directly, they partner with a program called Win Fertility, which almost 100% covers any type of fertility treatment. So I'm so thankful for that. During our first round of IVF, I had to pay like $2,300 out of pocket, but the only reason I had to pay that was because I had not met my insurance deductibles yet. So if I had met my insurance deductibles, my out of pocket would have been zero. So I had to pay the $2,300 out of pocket for all of my medication, which I'm expecting it to probably be that again now because it's the beginning of the year. Like, I haven't met any insurance deductibles. So we're gonna have to pay for medication, and then we're gonna have to pay out of pocket for any testing that we do on the embryos. So her concern is that she wants to make sure all of the embryos are healthy before implanting any of them, just to decrease any risk of something happening. So we have to pay for like it's either PGS or PGT testing, just to make sure that they are healthy embryos. And then we'll go ahead and transfer one or two of the most healthiest ones and hopefully have some on reserve for later, like if we decide that we want to have a third child or donate the eggs or whatever the case may be. So yeah, that's that. Right now, I'm just waiting for all the authorizations to go through to Win Fertility so that I can get all of my medications and kind of just know like what I'm looking at as far as what I need to pay. So I just got a package in the mail that's going to help me with like the storage of all of my medications and things like that. When we did IVF in 2019, I wasn't really organized. I mean, I do feel like I have slight OCD and I'm a little bit organized, but I just kept everything in a box. So I just had a big brown box that housed all of my medications. And yes, this is my leftover IVF medication from 2019. I'm holding on to it just in case anything in here has not expired that she says that I can use. The main things I know I'm going to keep are, like, I had a journal to help me keep up with things. I printed out like a monthly calendar so that I could write down what I needed to take every day. I will definitely keep the alcohol pads. You need plenty of these. I'll be giving myself like 2 to 3 injections every day, so you want to make sure you have plenty of those, plenty of Band-Aids. Let's see, this is just like a travel pack, so if I am out or traveling, it comes with an ice pack and I can just put my medications in here and go. And then I have a ton of like leftover needles. I mean, they're still brand new in the packaging, so I know that I can keep those and use those. And then I have a sharps dispenser, which is basically kind of like what they have in the hospitals. Just the red container that you can dispose of all of your needles in. And honestly, I think that all of my needles from last time are still in here, only because I plan to like try to do something creative with them, you know, once we get pregnant, like some type of photo or something like that. I mean, they all have the caps on them and everything. Like, there's no like just open needles in here. But yeah, it's pretty full. They're all in there. I got to find something else to do with them. But I took the needles off and just, you know, have the syringes. But what I purchased to kind of help keep me better organized this go around, it's a company called My Vitro, which I knew nothing about until I joined this Facebook group for infertility, where they have created like good storage solution products, prepping materials and things like that that you can use to help you keep everything organized and ready. So I'm going to show you guys that. I just unboxed it today, so I'm not quite sure of everything that's in here, but what I purchased was the Essential IVF Support Kit, which comes with a storage container. I want to say it was like $95 if I'm not mistaken, but we'll see what all comes in it. So this is the lid to the storage container, I'm assuming. This, I believe, is like the shot prep mat where you can just lay it out and, you know, put all your medication, your band-aids, gauze, whatever on top of there to prep. In the container itself is a medication caddy. So this will house like all of the actual medications. Now some things do need to be refrigerated, which is why this box comes with it as well. This can go right in the refrigerator with everything that needs to stay in the refrigerator. Just trying to open it so we can see. So once you open it, there are a few different drawers here. It comes with some dividers that you can put in if you want to section things off. What's this? Oh, cute. It came with a little cute card that says my body is strong and capable, and then I've got this on the back. That's really cute. But yeah, so that's the caddy. And it kind of gives you an example of like how one would have everything stored in there. So I'm definitely going to use this once all of my medication comes in. Thought I dropped something, but I don't see anything. It also comes with like hot and cold packs. So some medications, when you insert them, you may want to be a little numb. So you might want to put a cold pack on it or a warm pack. I know there was one medication, progesterone. It's an oil. So to warm it up, it has to be warm before you inject it. So we would sit that in like warm water to get it heated up. But I preferred like to put heat on my behind because it had to go in your backside. So I preferred to put heat there to kind of warm that area up and help that oil to penetrate and get in there. And that definitely helped a lot. So yeah, it comes with the shot station. It comes with the hot and cold pack. What is this? It also has a travel case, which is really nice. And then the actual fridge box, which we looked at already. And the company again is called My Vitro, MYVITRO. So I think for $95, I mean, that's a really good deal to help me keep everything organized. And if you don't want to spend all of that money up front, they do offer Afterpay. So you can, you know, make your purchase in payments. But yeah, that is everything that I got. Like I said, I just have those few appointments coming up over the next few weeks, and then we'll get started with all of the medications and things. As much as I can record, I will, but I know some of those appointments may be a little bit difficult for me to record, and some of them my husband will not be at, so I can't have him record, which like the one on Monday for sure, I'm probably not going to be able to record because the last time I had that procedure, it was very, very uncomfortable. Like, I felt like I was screaming at the top of my lungs, but of course no one in the hallway said that they heard me, but it's very uncomfortable. It just takes a toll on me. So I'm not going to be prepared to record on Monday, but I'll come back and do an update video as to how it went, what she said, what we're going to do next and things like that. And then we'll get into like the videos of me with my injections and things. Sorry, my work phone is going off a lot. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to come on and give you guys a quick update. The facility that I am now going to is called the New Hope Center for Reproductive Medicine. I am seeing Dr. Robin there. She is one of the top rated reproductive endocrinologists here in our area. So I'm very excited to be working with her. I've heard a lot of great success stories, and just hoping that mine will be the next one. So stay tuned. Tell me what you guys want to see down in the comments. If you have any words of wisdom, advice, encouragement, questions, whatever, just let me know, and I'll be back with another video next week. All right, you guys, take care and be safe.